Alright, One Piece fans, remember that theory we dropped about Shanks having the Abyss mark on his arm? Yes, the same one we linked to Imu's mystical control and Shanks' arm sacrifice. Well, guess what? Chapter 1152 just confirmed it. We called this, so buckle up, we're doubling down on every twist we dropped before and speculating where Shanks is headed next. So, here it is in its full glory. Shanks' left arm bears a symbol identical to the Holy Knight's armband. The same design shared by Imu's inner circle, allowing access to the Abyss portals. Redditors are saying, that's just the world government symbol. But guys, we saw it coming. In our last video, we said Shanks had the mark at birth or acquired it in Mary Geoise to infiltrate, and boom, exactly what happened. So yeah, we didn't just theorize, we pre-theorized. All I'm saying is, feel free to call us psychic. Okay, let's unpack why this changes everything. That mark could mean 1. Access to the Abyss portal, the teleportation route used by the Gorosei. 2. Imu's direct summoning control, the keyhole for world effect. Or 3. Shanks was part of the system, whether he agreed to or not. So when Shanks lost his arm to that seeking, it wasn't just heroics. He chose to sever the mark, literally removing the tool Imu used to call him back. Let's face it, giving up an arm hurts, but not being Imu's personal errand boy, priceless. And guess who nudged Shanks to infiltrate Mary Geoise? Of course, Roger. Before his death, he probably told Shanks, "Yo kid, go get intel Nika and that fruit." And also, Shamrock confirmed Shanks visited, but chose the lower world. So Shanks waltzed in, got the mark, voluntarily or not, found the Nika Fruit, maybe grabbed his sword, Griffon, and left. Okay, picture it. Shanks shows up in Mary Geoise, wearing the Abyss mark, he gains intel, secures Griffon, steals the Devil Fruit, maybe even scams Ace, then freely gives up his arm so Imu can't summon him. That's next level Grandmaster chess. Shanks basically said, "I'll take your cookie power teleportation, thank you very much, now hand over that arm." Now, what does all this confirm? This confirms that Shanks is no rogue joke pirate. He was deep in celestial politics. 2. His arm loss was a tactical sacrifice, not just drama. And 3. He had to break ties physically. He cut off Imu's leash. Y'all remember that betting arm line? Now we know he bet an arm and dropped the leash. So, you might be wondering, what's next for Shanks on the mark? So where do we go from here? Will the mark return? Maybe Shanks needs it again, but chooses autonomy. Is Griffon a supreme grade sword? He reclaimed his noble gear. Could we see a showdown with Imu? A clash of freedom versus control? The next big reveal? Did Roger remind Shanks of the prophecy at Laugh-Tale before sending him in? Yo, if Shanks pulls that sword and says, "Imu, checkmate," I will stand him forever. I mean, I already do. If it wasn't completely obvious, we at Lawhaven here huge Shanks stands. Now for the most controversial part of this analysis. Shanks is even stronger than we ever imagined. And here's the wildest part of this new reveal. This isn't just some lore drop. This pretty much confirms that Shanks is way more powerful than we even gave him credit for. And that's absolutely insane, because most of the fanbase already has Shanks as one of the most powerful beings in the verse, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, let's rewind for a second. Shanks' Conqueror's Haki has already been compared to Joy Boy from 800 years ago. Let that sink in. I don't think people actually pays attention to how much of a feat that is. Oda is undeniably gassing this man up. Also, he made admirals freeze up just by stepping on the battlefield. Bro literally forced Green Bull back into base form. That's insane. And now, he has a mark tied to Imu and the Abyss, and he just cuts it off and walks away? Like come on. This man didn't just unsubscribe from Imu's newsletter. He blocked him, deleted the app, and threw the phone into the calm belt. This means no one in the world government could stop him. Not the Holy Knights, not the Gorosei, and not even Imu himself. Shanks made his choice, dropped the celestial leash, and they let him. And here's the kicker. For all you Shanks haters out there, this obliterates the Shanks is a rat allegations. Like, you think a rat just strolls out of the Holy Land, rips off his tracking badge, and continues to flex Conqueror's Haki like a walking nuke? Oh please. The only rat here is the one who squeaked in fear when Shanks showed up at Marineford. His power level isn't just physical anymore, it's political, it's mythological. Shanks is so dangerous, even the world government knows not to mess with him. He's not just strong, he's above the law now. And now, the biggest tease of all, Shanks is called the Child of Destiny by Gaban. But what does that mean? Is it just symbolic, or is there a deeper, cosmic level prophecy tied to it? Let's start with the cleaner, more poetic interpretation. Scupper Gaban isn't calling Shanks the main chosen one, but instead he's calling him the one who paves the way for the chosen one. Now this ties directly into our earlier theory where we compared Shanks and Luffy to John the Baptist and Jesus. Just like Shanks, John was the herald, the guide, the protector who made sure the path was ready for the Messiah. And in One Piece, Shanks is the kingmaker, the guardian, the one Roger trusted to set the final stage for Joy Boy's return. He's not the pirate we deserve, he's the pirate the D needs. Gaban, who served alongside Roger for decades, would know if Roger whispered some endgame plan to Shanks. So calling him the Child of Destiny could mean Roger saw Shanks as the fulfillment of a crucial role in Joy Boy's awakening, the one who holds the line until it's time for the real savior to rise. So, in order to answer these questions and discover what Gaban meant by the Child of Destiny referring to Shanks, I am going to propose two theories. Theory 1. Shanks is the kingmaker for Joy Boy. And now, moving on to Theory 2. Shanks is the celestial child who rejected his crown. And now we move on to the spicier interpretation. What if Gaban means it literally? What if Shanks is a child of celestial dragon blood, destined by lineage to inherit the throne, but instead, he chose to break away and serve Joy Boy instead of Imu? Now that would flip the script entirely. Imu is considered destiny by the world government, the eternal ruler, but what if the true Child of Destiny is the one who was born to serve Imu and chose to walk the other path instead? Imagine being born to rule the world and saying, nah, I'll take Pirate Kingmaker with trauma instead. Peak Shanks. This adds weight to Shanks infiltrating Mary Geoise. Maybe it wasn't just a stealth mission, maybe it was a moment of choosing, of defiance. The child of the throne rejecting his destiny to serve a greater one. Whether symbolic or literal, one thing is clear. Shanks has been on the path of fate since day one, and now that the tattoo is revealed, the plan is in motion and Joy Boy has awakened. We're closer than ever to seeing what kind of destiny he's really tied to. So yeah, we nailed the Abyss Mark call. Shanks was marked, chose to sever himself, and is now truly free. We at Lawhaven here were right, community skeptics were wrong, but that, my friend, is the beauty of theory crafting. So, let me know in the comments, do you think the mark will fully resurface, and when? Is Griffon a divine weapon, and who do you think will face Imu first? Shanks, Blackbeard, or Luffy and Dragon? And if you enjoyed this brainbuster, smash that like button like Shanks broke the Sea King's jaw, subscribe for more lore bombs, and ring that bell so Oda doesn't outsmart us again.